verse does is we encourage you to let them understand.
Exactly.
In a very passive way. And me learning and doing is exactly that.
And what we want to do is increase cultural awareness. And how you do that is by leading by example, representing your culture properly and professionally and respectfully. Most diverse in the U.S.
It's either Austin or Houston.
Austin or Houston?
Yeah.
Houston. Austin.
Texas.
Houston.
It's Houston.
Yeah.
Houston is the most diverse city. Do you know what that means? We have the most amount of cultures in one city.
What we want to do is we want to shine the positive. We want to be like, come to this event, come to this festival, meet these people, because you never know until you try. You never know until you actually get a chance to meet them. So that's what cultural awareness is the ability to meet other people, share your culture.
Just lead by example. That's the key. Always do what you're supposed to do correctly. Respect elders, respect others, you know, and just be positive.
Whether it's your everyday life, the relationships you meet, the people you interact with, the music you make, the art you make, you always want to be conscious of whether or not you're a representation of your culture and your family. So at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, what Stay Diverse encourages you to do is just represent. Represent for yourselves, represent for what's inside, and be true to yourself and be comfortable with sharing it with others.
So, you know, he said earlier, you know, put yourself in other people's shoes. How many of y'all heard that before? Put yourself in somebody else's shoes so you can understand what they're saying, right? It's a cliche. We hear that all the time, right? So I take that concept and I apply it to my life. So what do? I do photography, right? Now I know that with my camera, I have different types of lenses. This is a zoom lens and this is a fixed lens. And when I meet different people, I meet anybody. I can meet you, him, her, anybody. I always look at them and I say, well, what kind of lens do they have on? And let me see their life through that lens. Let me switch lenses and view the world through the way they view it. And that helps me understand that we're going to reduce segregation. And how we do that is by learning from each other, by reducing ignorance. You are the next generation. You're learning. And what you're learning is what you're going to teach your children. And what you teach your children is to stay diverse. That's our goal.
And one day you might be standing here in front of a new generation.
Learning your history. If you don't already know your family's history, we highly suggest you learn your family's history. How do you do that? How do you learn your family's history, Arthur?
All you have to do is ask.
All you have to do is ask. Very simple.
You have to dig, you have to find out. And the more you find out about your culture, you find out more about your family, the more your pride plays. You know, you walk down the hall with a sense of empowerment, a sense of pride, and you're like, my parents worked hard for me to be where I'm at. My brothers, my sisters, I have someone to look up to, someone to represent for, someone to be responsible for. And by knowing the history, you actually go beyond that. You go beyond your own personal family. You go into your culture. You find out the presidents. You find out how your country became where it is today, the current president, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it just makes you an overall more qualified person to represent your culture.
Exactly. More qualified person. And it goes back to what we were saying originally, leading by example. You know, somebody asks you, hey, you know, tell me about your country. I don't know. I was born here. I'm ABCD. I don't know. You know? We don't want that response. We want someone to be like, okay, we know about our culture. That's important. You know, I have something to say about your culture. The next thing is applying values to everyday life. So what you learn about your culture, tell me something that you know about your culture that you apply to everything that you know that you learned from your parents or from your culture over time. Yes, sir.
My mom is, she hates me lying, so throughout my life I try to be honest as I can and truthful, whatever I do.
Once you learn about one culture, you just want to keep learning more and more and more. It enriches your life. It helps you.
It increases business.
It does.
You know, I own my own business. I do marketing. He does the same thing, advertising, graphic design. Y'all ever need anything, holla at this. If you want, call 832-526-2224. No. But, you know, I'm able to connect with so many different cultures and have more business that way. You know, if you ever own your own business, have your own practice, and anything that you do, you can grow and not just cater to your community, you can cater to everybody.
Exactly.
Save you money.
There you go. So what we're going to talk about today, which is the whole theme of MIST, is family. And the importance of understanding your family's cultural background. Who feels confident that they know their family's cultural background? Anybody in this room? Okay. So, you lady, in the very back, second to right. What's your name?
Faisa.
Faisa?
Faisa.
Faiza, assalamu alaikum, Faiza. So tell me one thing about your family's culture.
Well, it's Pakistani culture. I guess I'll say the favorite thing in my culture is weddings.
Oh yeah, Pakistani weddings.
Yeah.
3 days.
Huge.
Yeah. I understand a lot of the importance of the rituals and stuff. I feel like those things connect both sides of the families together, and it's just something that's been passed down, and it's so rich, and like both sides connect to it, and it makes everybody enjoy the wedding itself, the mehndi and all those crazy things.
That's wonderful. And see that that feeling that you have and the knowledge that you have of Pakistani weddings, traditional weddings, if you share that with somebody else, they'd be like, wow, I had no idea about the mehndi and the whole tradition, and it's beautiful. And maybe if you go to one, you have to take pictures, you can share it with somebody so they can learn about it.
This organization will not be as successful. I want all y'all to meet Vivi. Vivi's the girl right there with the camera. She's been a blessing for us to have in our team. And the reason being is because, you know, if I didn't have her, if I didn't have Alexander, I wouldn't have a PR agent. All of it goes together in the success of us even being here. If we didn't have Mist supporting us, that's a team in itself. It takes a lot to put this together. Y'all make some noise for Mist, y'all.
We stay diverse together. We stay diverse together. We stay diverse together.
This is Rocco Steady Narvios from Stay Diverse. I want to personally thank Mist for having us. This is a wonderful gift, an opportunity for us. What's in here? Oh, I love this book, The Alchemist. Thank you so much for having us.
Hello everyone, this is Alexander Ansari with Stay Diverse. First I would like to thank Mist for the opportunity to allow us to come here and do what we did. We had a wonderful time, and thank you so much for this gift. We appreciate it. What did I get here? I think it's a book also. The Alchemist. I look forward to reading this. Thank you so much.